Hi, I'm Johanna Rothman, and this is my July 2026 Pragmatic Manager newsletter. Drowning in work? 3 tips to help you choose your single focus. Are you drowning in work? Well, I mostly speak with project or program managers or people managers. Everyone seems to have the same problem. Too much to do and too little time to do it. As a result, too few people can focus on what they need to do first, second, and then third. What do you do when your boss asks you to do more, especially now that AI can supposedly help you to do more? Consider these 3 tips as you claw your way out of too much work to focus on one thing at a time. Tip 1. Draw a Kanban board. When I feel overwhelmed, I realize I have let my Kanban board get away from me. Yes, I am human, so sometimes I overload my Kanban board. However, the board helps me see what I'm supposed to finish now, what's next, and where I might be waiting for people to get back to me. See, visualize your work so you can say no to see 2 examples of personal Kanban boards. Because those boards are based on my personal experience, they might not work for you. When I speak with project and program managers, they, they say their bosses think AI can help them do more work. In this case, their bosses are partially correct. AI can absolutely help by taking all your work and generating a Kanban board just for you. In addition, AI can do what I call useless project and program work, such as generating or updating Gantt charts or updating the various task points. Here's a quick project or program tip. If the humans do not update the task boards, that's a signal that there is a problem with task size or a lack of collaboration. I'll write a larger tip about that in the future. You do not need to use a Kanban board or ask AI to help you generate your personal board. You might choose to visualize the work differently. But I like a Kanban board because that visualization allows me to have a conversation with the person who is asking for more. I am just one person. What one thing do you want me to do, and for how long? Humans can only focus on one thing, and only one thing at a time. There is a cost when we try to focus on more. Tip 2. Explaining the cost of not focusing with the cost of delay. I've explained the cost of multitasking in several posts. See how multitasking affects capitalization and what you can try instead for a recent post related to management. Also, see this previous newsletter, 3 Secrets to Manage Multitasking, even when more senior people insist. But I've had more success recently when I discuss the cost of delay. See how to calculate the cost of delay to rank all the work, part 1, for the series. Notice that there are 4 separate costs. The first 2 are the delay on sales because of the delay of introduction, and the second cost is the reduced lifetime sales because of all the delays. There are 2 other costs I'm not going to discuss here. Most senior leaders don't need to see more than these first 2 costs before they realize they want to ask the team to focus on one thing at a time. That focusing allows the organization to bring in more revenue or your surrogate for revenue faster. Remember, you do not have to try to calculate each cost of delay. The first two are relatively easy to calculate. The other two are more iffy for me because they depend on so many unknowns. What is the lifetime of this product? How many will you ever change the sales price for this product? Lots of things like that. However, this is where you can use your local AI to calculate the various costs of delay using your own scenarios from previous releases. That's the kind of thing I would never take the time to do. And if you ask the AI to check its work, it might give you the right calculations. Remember, the LLMs still hallucinate, especially with data. That's why I recommend you ask your LLM to build checking into its work. Cost of delay is only one of the consequences. Stories might offer even more insight into your data. Tip 3. Use stories to clarify the customer consequences of lack of focus. Some people do not relate to either the Kanban board visualization or the cost of delay data. That's okay. These people often relate to customer-based stories instead. Here's how you might frame a customer-based story. We started this project focused on customer segment A because we kept hearing from them. Now we added customer segment B, but we've heard nothing from them, not a peep. In the meantime, we're behind on what we wanted to deliver to customer segment A. Not only are they calling customer success, but some of the loudest people are threatening to go with our major competitor. How do you feel about customer segments A and B? Which is really more important? Once people hear that story, they might ask for more data, such as the number of customer success calls, or which customers, or even the customer churn data. Consider the pirate metrics as a start. You might need more data to support your concerns, but that's how a story can help your boss understand the customer focused consequences. Whatever you do not need to drown in work. Say no and stop drowning. All of these ways to choose a single focus are ways you can say no to some of your current work and more work. That's why fast and frequent management decisions matter so much. These decisions help managers choose that focus for a project, program, and portfolio, or any other important work. Choose your single focus with or without the help of your manager. That single focus will allow you to finish in a shorter time than trying to do everything at once. See flow metrics and why they matter to teams and managers for more details. Well, no is, is a complete sentence. Consider building your influence with other explanations. Those explanations can include your Kanban board, the cost of delay, and stories. You might even have more options, but no one succeeds when anyone drowns in too much work. Make your work possible. That will make it more likely to succeed. This newsletter touches on ideas in these books. Manage your project portfolio, increase your capacity, and finish more projects. All three of the Modern Management Made Easy books. Project Life Cycles, How to Reduce Risks, Release Successful Products, and Increase Agility. Effective Public Speaking, How to Use Content Marketing with Stories to Show Your Value. As part of my announcements, I'm reminding you that effective public speaking is out everywhere. You can buy the ebook and audio on my store. The audio will only be available on my store. The ebook and the print books are everywhere else. Well, also everywhere else. I have many links of interest to previous issues, the YouTube channel, my managing product development blog with its own RSS feed, the Create an Adaptable Life blog with its own RSS feed, my books, my store, my fiction, my tip jar. My newsletters will remain free, and I do want to offer you an option for you to show how much you value my work. And thank you if you decide to tip me. I will see you next month.